I worked in the union, electrical union. I worked at. I did that right out of high school, and then I worked at UniFirst for about a month and a half. Then I work at Harbin.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Preston, you got a nice pen and piece of paper over there?
Yes.
Will you write down our picks? Thank you.
Okay, I guess I will.
Why'd you ask that?
Uh,
Oh.
because we were talking about how I've got a thing with Syntaz, and he said that he thought you might have worked there. I think he got UniFirst confused with.
Oh.
with it.
So is
You say your buddy works there?
No, I'm trying to get a job there.
Oh.
So is Bryce Young and Anderson not suiting up since they're going to the draft?
I didn't hear about Bryce Young
Captain,
not
first
playing.
time should I be hearing anything now? No, we're about to record for the podcast. Is that your buddy, Captain? Bryce or no?
Who?
I don't know. Somebody named Captain in the chat.
Captain?
Yeah.
Captain
yeah.
Morgan.
I don't know. I figured that might be your buddy.
Just straight up Captain?
Yes, his name's Captain. Hey, we're going to record for the podcast, whoever you are, in just a second. Hold on.
Captain. Don't. I'm going to call Mike Vick.
Jesus. All right. Sorry. I was making sure I had this shit right.
First time should I be hearing anything now?
All right. Y'all ready? Let's go. Everybody good? All right, we're about to, whoever's in the chat, we are about to record for Apple. Yeah, Captain in the chat. We're about to record for Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We do our fix that. Do our podcast each week. We're doing our bowl picks this week, so I got y'all now on audio. Cool, brother. Cool. Bryson, that must be your buddy, old Captain. All right. Anyway,
Captain.
I'm about to do the intro or whatever, and then we'll get into our picks and stuff here shortly. Talk about a little about a couple things. Yeah, here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the College Football Weekly Matchup Bowl Week. It's finally here towards the end of the season. We're picking our picks for the bowl games. Josh, obviously, not here once again, dealing with a couple family things during Christmas time, whatnot. Totally understandable. Yeah, especially since he's got a family and us three don't. So, sadly enough, Bryson's got one on the way. Correct? No, I'm kidding. Anyway,
I hope not.
Yeah, we're here for bowl week. Had a lot of things happen in college football this week. I'm going to mention a few things before we start. Not going to talk about it too long, but we had Mike Leach pass away, obviously. Preston is here with us. Any thoughts on the passing of Mike Leach? Just go ahead and wipe off your camera. Preston, did you hear me? Yeah, I said any thoughts on the passing of Mike Leach?
Yeah, very sad. Hated to hear it. I'm just hoping that his family, is somehow able to get some peace out of this and know that he's in a better place right now. But it's a sad day for college football, sad day for his family, and sad day for the fans of Mississippi State, Texas Tech, and other schools that he coached at.
Yeah, I saw something on Pardon My Take, the Barstool Sports podcast that was posted a minute ago. I forgot what it said about Mike Leach. Said he was on there, and he said they asked him, how would you want to be remembered when you're dead? And he said, what do I care? I'm dead. I'd be dead. That's what he said. So
that's your problem.
Yeah, that's your problem. Yeah. Any thoughts, Bryson?
Yeah, prayers to him, his family. I did see today where they are still going to be playing their bowl game, and the defensive coordinator is going to be the interim coach for that game. I can't think of his name right
And
at the top of my
they
head.
did announce a new coach today, correct? I saw it on. Do you know who was that, Preston? Do you know off the top of your head? I saw it.
I did not catch the name. I just remember
Yeah,
seeing the
I think it was somebody
notification.
inside Mississippi State.
Yeah,
If
the
anybody's in the chat,
defensive coordinator.
he got hired as the head coach.
Well, I know he's coaching. I don't know if he's going to hire as a head
Okay,
coach, but I know he's
so I thought
coaching
somebody got a head
the
coach job.
the bowl game.
Say again, Preston.
I didn't like how quick. I mean, I know they made the announcement, and I know for recruiting purposes, I just hated it, man. I was like, man,
Well, Bryson said it might just be for the bowl game. I thought it was like a permanent head coach.
I thought it was permanent too. So if it's for the bowl game, that makes sense just to put it in. But if it's the permanent one going forward, I would be like a little frustrated. I'd be like, can we at least wait 72 hours? But yeah, if it's just for the bowl game, that makes sense.
Yeah. Obviously, we also last thing here before we get into our bowl pick'ems here, we had Caleb Williams win the Heisman. Yeah, Bryson, any thoughts on Caleb Williams winning the Heisman? I mean, do you think he was the right one, or?
I mean, I really like. I like to see Mac Duggan get it. I thought he should have deserved it. I think a lot of people got snubbed of the Final Four this year. I mean, Hendon Hooker, Blake Corum, Benji Robinson, Texas running back. I feel like, in my opinion, I really don't think Stetson Bennett should have been up there. I mean, he's having a good season, but he ain't having a Heisman season. I mean, I think the only reason why he got up there is because his team right now is 13-0.
And he's got a
12-0. I'm sorry.
Good story, I guess.
Yeah, but I was telling somebody at work. I mean, the story, yeah, that's cool, but it's about
no,
stats.
I agree. I don't think he should be on there either.
Still, good for him. How he came up. But yeah, I don't. My biggest takeaway from that is I don't think he should have been invited.
Gotcha, Preston. Any thoughts on Williams winning the Heisman?
No, I mean, I pretty much knew it was going to take a miracle for anybody to take that away from him. I still personally think that the Heisman should not be awarded until maybe after the national championship game, just because I feel like there's still a little bit of work to be done. Of the four guys, three of them are in the playoffs. And the one who did make it win it all is not in the playoffs. And I just feel like it should be the embodiment of the entire season. I know a lot of the votes were already casted before, over half the votes were already cast before championship Saturday, before they had their USC had their second loss of the season. So, and not saying because I'm a Clemson fan, but if voting had been taken after the regular season, Trevor wins it in 18 and Deshaun wins it in 15. Andy wins it in 16. So it's not because of Clemson fan. I just think voting should be done at the end of the season where the entire body can be looked at rather than 80% of the work, because there's still work to be done.
Bryson, what would happen if Florida didn't lose a game? I mean, if Florida didn't lose a game, they'd be in the top 10.
We ought to be making playoffs right now.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to do that. Anyway, somebody in the comment in the chat agreed. It says Captain. Captain says he's agreed. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's get into the bowl picks. Here's how we're going to do this. I picked 14 games for the bowl picks just because out of random. So the game's not on here. Sorry. I just did, 14 of great games. We also are doing a bowl pick 'em in ESPN. If anybody wants to join us, $10. I talked to Josh. We are going to do that. Got to get it done before Friday, though. So Bryson, Preston, if you guys want people to join, $10. It's a bowl pick 'em. Invite them. Make sure you pick your picks.
Can you send the link?
Yes.
Send the links. I can share it.
I'll send the link. I'll do that. And if anybody in the chat, well, if I don't know you, I don't really care. But if you can Venmo me $10, I mean, you're more than welcome to join. I know the couple people, whoever Captain, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to join. Anyway, let's get into the first game. We're gonna, like I said, 14 games. We're doing this picks with the spread. We are doing the spreads here. So the bowl pick 'em will not be the spread on ESPN. It will not be the spread. Here it is with the spread because that's what we've done all season. All right, so first game, we got December 17th, Saturday. I don't know why I put – is that the first game? Is there games Friday or is the first games on Saturday?
Yes, first game's Friday.
First game's Friday. Okay, I just must not put – okay, we're good. Anyway, Las Vegas Bowl, Saturday, 2:15, got Florida versus Oregon State. Oregon State's favored by 10.5. Obviously, Bryson, Florida fan over here, have a lot of players not playing in this game for Florida. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of bowl games where we don't have a lot of players. But go ahead, Preston. What were you going to say?
Did you say Oregon State's favored or Florida's favored?
No, I wrote that wrong. If you were listening when we were pre-recording here, I said it about 4 times. I said I wrote down that Oregon State. I wrote it wrong. Oregon State's favored by 10.5.
Hey, big dog, don't get mad at me because you're illiterate. That's not my fault.
No, you're illiterate because you don't listen. Anyway, let's keep going.
But that's not illiteracy, stupid.
I know. Bryson, hey, we both got college degrees here now. So Bryson.
No, we're not technically.
Bryson, who you got in this game, Florida or Oregon State?
And
how happy
Florida,
are you to make the Las Vegas Bowl? How about it?
Hey, we made a bowl game. I mean, first year under Billy Napier, I couldn't ask for more. I honestly thought we were going to go 4-6. But, hey, I'm proud of the boys, how they finished out the season. Got a lot of rebuilding to do, going in this game. AR has declared he is going to the draft. And we have 27 players that are going into the draft and entering the transfer portal. Jack Miller, the Ohio State transfer, is going to be starting the game for us. Spencer Sanders, Oregon State's quarterback, he's going to be out for the draft. I mean, not for the draft.
Spencer Sanders is Oklahoma State's quarterback.
Well,
I think it's the wrong team.
Sorry, wrong team.
Wrong team. Bro.
But yeah, I'm going with Florida. I'm all fucked up. I'm going with Florida.
Bryson had a long day at work, ladies and gentlemen. Supposedly, he had a few people mad at him on the phone. So, anyway, Preston, who you got in this game?
Finishing out the season, I think Oregon State, same situation that Florida's in. So, I mean, it's just kind of a shoot. I think Oregon State's probably going to have less players not hit the portal and less players decide they're not going to play in this game. So, I think they're going to keep some fluidity there. I'm going to take Oregon State minus 10.5.
Gotcha. Guys, we do not know all the play. If you're in here and be like, oh, this person's got about 52 players sitting out Saturday. We know some of the players. We do not know all of it. We all been busy. We haven't kept up fully. So we know some of the players that are out, some of the players for the game. We're just making picks. It's all for fun. We're not experts at this, so don't get pissed off. Just my short little rant there. And I'm going to take Oregon State. Oregon State, I don't know. Florida, obviously, they don't have their quarterback, even though Anthony Richardson's not playing and some other players. Bryson, I mean, this other quarterback, is he any good? Or
I've heard about a lot of them when he first, transferred to us. And I was looking at him. He's pretty decent. I mean, he ain't the answer, but I mean, he's decent.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm taking Oregon State, and both of you got Preston. You took Oregon State, and Bryson took Florida. Josh is going to send his picks later. He is in this, but he hasn't sent his picks. Anyway, we're going to the Gasparilla Bowl on December 23rd. Wake Forest versus Missouri. Wake Forest favored by 1.5. Obviously, is Sam Hartman's a no-go, right? He's not with Wake Forest anymore, correct?
I know he has entered the transfer portal, but I haven't heard if he hasn't declared anywhere yet. Please come to Florida if you don't mind. But yeah, in this game, I'm going with Wake Forest, even though Sam Hartman ain't playing. I mean, Missouri is just god awful. I mean, you got to pull for the SEC, but it's hard to pull. When Wake Forest is very fast, good team. So I'm going with Wake Forest.
Gotcha, Preston. It's I was just looking. Okay, so just FYI, it says options are playing. I see Sam Hartman is playing in the bowl game. From what I'm reading, Sam Hartman is playing. So good for you, Bryce. There you go. Preston, got it? Who's your pick in this game?
I'm just going to go with the offense that I know is pretty good when it's hitting on all cylinders. The defense is not very good. It doesn't matter if they're playing on all cylinders. They couldn't stop a cold. I'm going to take Wake Forest minus 1.5.
Gotcha. I'm going to take Wake Forest as well. We're all going to agree here. Close game. Missouri had some good games. Obviously, they played well against Georgia. They had some other good games. They had their ups and downs where they looked okay and then they didn't look okay. But yeah, too close for me against a Wake Forest team that hasn't been bad. I don't know who all they have sitting out, but I think Hardman's a good quarterback, so I like him. Hopefully the Saints can get him in the future. But
How about
anyway,
the Gators?
yeah. We're going to the AutoZone Liberty Bowl
In the zone,
on
auto zone.
Wednesday, the 28th at 5:30 p.m. It is Kansas versus Arkansas. Arkansas favored by 3.5. Preston, who you picking?
I'm going to go with Arkansas. I think Kansas is a good team. I think Arkansas is a substantially better team than I thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. I just think Arkansas is a little more physical, and I think that this late in the season, it really is going to determine, who really wanted to be there. So I'm going to take Arkansas with their physicality over Kansas -3.5.
Gotcha. All right. So I was just looking at it here. There is a few players sitting out for Arkansas. Arkansas has got a few players sitting out, and Kansas has got about two sitting out. FYI. I'm going with Arkansas. Just a team I know. I like Arkansas in the past. They've played well. Obviously, they had a good game against LSU. They won that game or almost won that game. So they almost won that game. I don't know Arkansas's defense. I liked them in the past. Don't know who they got at quarterback. I don't know which quarter. I know they switched around quarterbacks some this season, but yeah, give me Arkansas. Bryson.
Yeah, I'm also going Arkansas too. Kansas started off the season off hot. Getting that top 25 early, and then after the second half of the season, they just kind of fell off. But Arkansas, a good physical, fast team. Yeah, I'm going with Arkansas.
Gotcha. Going to the next game. We are going to go to the San Diego Credit Union Holiday Bowl on December 28th. It is at 8 p.m. North Carolina versus Oregon. Oregon favored by 13.5. 13.5. Wow. That is a lot of freaking points. Just FYI. Anybody know about Drake May? Is Drake May playing, or is he done? Or
Yeah, he's
Drake May's
playing.
He's a freshman.
He
Yeah.
posted on Instagram saying, I'm a
Why did I
target for
think
like.
who trained? He trained. Arkansas will always be a letdown. Says Captain. Captain says Arkansas will always be a letdown.
Okay.
Anybody any thoughts? No. All right. Yeah, and it looks like Oregon's got about 10 or 12 players out of this game. I'm a big fan of Drake May. I will say that. 13.5, too many points for me. I know North Carolina's defense sucks. Not sure about Josh Downs. It doesn't say anything about Downs, the receiver, not playing. So I'm taking North Carolina. Bryson, who you got?
Yeah, I'm agree with you, Chris. I'm gonna go with North Carolina. I became a big fan of Drake May this year. I mean, he really stepped into the shoes. Starting the quarterback. Like you said, their defense is just god awful. But I mean, that quarterback wide receiver duo is nasty. But yeah, I'm going with North Carolina too.
Preston.
I'm going to go a little differently. I think Oregon, and so just to be very clear, I really don't know anybody outside of Clemson who's sitting out, not playing, and they're deciding and skipping the bowl games. So I'm making my picks and saying the majority of the teams are going to be there, -1 or 2. And for that reason, I'm going to take Oregon -13.5. I've seen North Carolina play. Oregon's defense is not as good as some of the defenses that North Carolina's played, but they're not as bad. I mean, I'm sorry, I butchered that. Oregon's defense is better than some of the defenses Oregon's defense is better than some of the defenses North Carolina's played, and North Carolina has struggled to win 3 of their last 3, or they've lost the last 3 games, the last 4 games, whatever it is. So give me Oregon -13.5.
Gotcha. Next game
Okay,
we got.
Captain is a coworker of mine. He says his comments ain't coming up or something on the screen or something.
Oh, do you want me to show up on the screen? I'm sorry. Last one you put, I could put it on there. I have to choose to put it on there. I apologize, Captain. Don't fire Bryson for me if you are his boss. I apologize. I apologize, sir. You're a good man. Anyway, Let's keep it going here. And next one, I will make sure it's on the screen. Next game, we got Thursday, 29th of December. I can't say this word. I don't know why I can't say it. Valero Alamo Bowl, Texas versus Washington. Texas favored by 5.5. I'm going to go with I like the way Washington played towards the end of the season. What the hell was that? Is that your new ringtone, Preston? Or
Jesus Christ.
don't let it happen again, please. I'm going with Washington here. I like the way they played at the end of the season. And it looks like that's enough. That is enough.
Oh, Chris getting pissed, boys.
Anyway.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, Chris? They ain't gonna do nothing.
I'm not gonna do nothing. I hope you trip across the stage on Saturday.
That would suck.
Anyway, Washington. I'm taking Washington plus 5.5. Texas got looks like they got a lot of players in the transfer portal, from what I'm understanding. So, and Washington looked good to me towards the end of the season. Don't know too much about them, but I know they played. Had some big games. They won some big games. I believe they beat Oregon or somebody. So give me Washington plus 5.5. Bryson, who you got?
Yeah, I'm taking Washington too. I don't think Robinson's Texas running back's playing. I think he's declaring for the draft. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Texas. I think Texas is overrated. I think Archie Manning's going to go there and not do shit, in my opinion. So
is he still planning on going there?
Yeah, he still is. He hasn't flipped, which that was one of my bold statements. That I thought he was going to flip by week 8, but he didn't. But yeah, I'm going with Washington.
Yes. So Robinson and fifth-year senior linebacker are out for preparing for the NFL draft for this game. So obviously they won't have them. Preston, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to take Texas. I still think Texas has a lot of players on their roster that are going to be able to fill in the shoes. I think they recruit really well. For that reason, I'm going to take them minus 5.5.
The Preston is taking the Longhorns. One of my favorite names, me and Preston was talking about this the other day. We're going Friday, the 30th of December, 2 p.m., the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. How about it, Tony the Tiger? They're great. Anyway, let's go to Pittsburgh versus UCLA. UCLA favored by 6.5. UCLA was one of the top teams this year. Pittsburgh, not so much. UCLA, wasn't around the top 10, top 15 for a little while. Preston, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to take UCLA. I'm assuming that DTR, or however you say his name, or is it nickname, is playing. If that's the case, I really do like UCLA to cover.
So as of now, it says no players. I'm not 100% on that. I will give you an answer in just a minute. But it says Pittsburgh, Slavis, he transferred. That's the one that Florida's looking at, correct?
That's correct.
A couple others as far as out for Pittsburgh, but I don't see anything for UCLA. So, Bryson, who you got in this one?
This is one game I've been going back and forth. We're doing a bowl pick 'em at work, and I got like 3 games I haven't decided on until I send it off, and this is one of them. But I think I'm gonna roll with Pitt. I know Slovis, he's entering the portal. I know Florida was targeting him, and I heard that I was doing some research. Heard the backup quarterback's pretty good. But yeah, I'm going with Pitt here.
So as of now, I just see that DTR, it says, and the running back, I can't pronounce his name. I know he's good because I played him in fantasy a lot. It's to be determined. 100% agree with that. Don't know what Captain, your buddy Captain says he 100% agree with that. I'm not sure if he's talking to you or saying it's coming up late a little bit. But anyway, DTR and the running back, as far as I know, it says their statuses are up in the air. But I'm going to go with UCLA in this game. I like UCLA in the season, especially if those guys play. They're very talented. So in Pittsburgh, I'm not a fan of Pittsburgh. That's one reason. Only Captain says only chance is basically Texas has a home game. Basically, good point.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's going to be in Texas.
I didn't
Let's see,
write down where all these bowl games were, so I'm not
the
100%.
Alamo,
Yeah,
Texas.
I knew that, dumbass. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about all the bowl games. Yeah, but I'm taking UCLA minus 6.5. All right, the next game here. One of my favorite games here, and I think one of Bryson's too. We got Friday, the 30th of December, 3:30 p.m. The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Notre Dame versus South Carolina.
Come on,
Notre
Captain.
Dame
Spurs up, baby.
Notre Dame favored by 2.5. If he's a South Carolina fan.
Oh yeah, he's an old Carolina fan.
Go Cox. I hate Notre Dame. I'm a Georgia fan, but I hate Notre Dame. I'm rolling with the Cox plus 2.5.
Yeah, I'm right with you there, Chris. I mean, fucking Spurs up.
I have no idea who's playing this game. They could have me at quarterback.
All right,
in this game.
so
I'm still taking the Cox.
So thing about for Carolina, Marshawn Lloyd, Jaheim Bell, they're both transferring. Spencer Rattler, he is still playing in the game. I mean,
is that good or
team,
bad?
Oh no, recently, he's been playing pretty good. I mean, they're on fire right now. I think the Beamer Ball's still going. The Beamer Train's still going. So give me Carolina. I'll even put this out there. Carolina by 3 touchdowns this game.
Damn.
And then Notre Dame, I know the quarterback's not playing, and I believe their tight end.
The tight end, who's a star.
The tight end's
he's
not
supposed
playing.
to be a stud, first-round pick, I believe.
So let me say that again. Spurs up, Preston. Spurs up.
That chat comes up late. Gotcha. Yeah, I figured it did. It's going to be.
Didn't y'all lose like 4 games this year, Bryson? Who the hell are you shit talking?
Hey, Bubba, I know we suck. I told you. Like I said,
you know what?
I hope Clemson and Tennessee
if having 2 losses and winning the ACC championship and still finishing inside the top 10 is a bad season, then I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't make everybody happy.
I don't know. Florida might be able to go 10-2 up there.
Okay.
Anyway, Preston,
reveal, baby.
Chris, who did you pick? Have you gone yet?
The hell's that matter? Who you go with? I'll tell you my pick. No, I went with South Carolina, of course. I'm not taking Notre Dame. You kidding me? Take Notre Dame. Take your ACC.
Okay, I'll go with Notre Dame plus minus 2.5.
You ain't got to. I'm not forcing.
I just wrote it down.
You been writing it down ahead of time anyway. I hate Notre Dame. I wouldn't take the only team I'd take. I might Clemson. Notre Dame would be a tough call for me.
I'll take Notre Dame.
No, I don't know. I did just because I knew Clemson was going to lose. But anyway, let's go to the next game. We're going Friday. We're still on Friday, December 30th at 8 p.m. The Capital One Orange Bowl. We got it's going to blind your TV. I mean, you ain't even going to be able to see straight. You're going to have to get eye surgery after you finish watching this game because it's going to be so much ugly-ass orange on the field probably. Tennessee versus Clemson. Clemson favored by 6.5. Preston, tell us about it. What are we doing here?
I'm going to go with Clemson. I think
Notre Dame wins one game, they get ranked.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Preston.
I'm going to go with Clemson. I think they have a pretty good defense. I think the defense, I was going to screenshot it and send it to y'all, but I never did. The defense, we've only got one guy opting out. Everybody else is mulling over the idea of coming back another year. If that happens and they play in the bowl game, I think with that, coupled with Cade Klubnik, I think, and the absence of Hooker, I think Clemson's able to get it done. I like Clemson minus 6.5 here to finish the season strong.
Yeah, I'm back and forth on this game. Bryson, you got any lean here? I mean, anything?
Yeah, I got some lean. In my opinion, I think they should rename the bowl. I can't be South Carolina. That's what the bowl name should have been. But yeah, like you said,
it is pretty good. It's the Orange Bowl, and they're both orange, and they're going to the Orange Bowl.
I think it's going to be a very good game, but I'm going to go a little biased here. I'm going with SEC. So I'm going with Tennessee. I think it's going to be very, very good game. But I'm going with Tennessee.
Gotcha.
Beamer ball, baby.
Preston knows about. I mean, and I like the defense time. I know Preston knows about his team. So that I was coming in here going Tennessee, but I'm a little hesitant a little bit. But I'm gonna still roll with Tennessee. I like the quarterback behind Hooker. Um, Another Tennessee fan I talked to, and I watched a little bit of him. He looks like he can sling the ball. I didn't watch. I watched like a little bit of him, but other than that, I don't know too much. Looks like so Clemson's got a lot of other players transferring though. Preston, is it a lot on offense or?
Not really. I mean, unless I'm
I'm just,
missing
I'm just
something, I
looking.
haven't seen a lot of stuff on it.
I'm just looking at it. Just says Collins, Ukulele, Kobe Pace, uh, Dakari Collins, Sergio Allen,
Yeah, those
uh,
guys don't really
Fred
play that
Davis.
much.
Yeah, they don't play. Williams, Vontae
Yeah.
Bentley. Yeah, it just must be the unknown guys.
I do
Those are
got to
all
say about
second and third string.
this game. I think make sure I say his name right. Your all's backup
A lot
quarterback,
of the guys that
Cade.
probably transfer is probably second.
He's not the backup. He's the quarterback going forward.
I think he is going to play outstanding. I think a lot of people are going to be mad at Dabo for not putting him in the season earlier. I
That
don't know
worries me
why
too.
he's.
Can I change my pick? Is that illegal? Okay, I can't change my pick. I don't know. Tennessee's defense sucks, man. And this new quarterback, he might light him up. I don't know. I'm worried. I am worried about that. But he did look good, but he was facing North Carolina. But yeah, I'll take Tennessee. Give me Tennessee. Give me Tennessee plus 6.5. This will be a good game.
Rocket
I'm
Top.
hoping for a good game anyway. Let's go to the next game. We got Saturday the 31st at 12 p.m. New Year's Eve. The Sugar Bowl. Kansas State versus Alabama. Bama favored by 3.5. One thing I know, I don't know if anybody know or what the word is here. I know Bama looks like they got a lot of players out. I'm not sure if I think I compare how they both played to Carolina. Tennessee doesn't have much tape on Clemson's new quarterback. Agreed. So yeah, if I could go back, I may take
Yeah,
Clemson.
I
But
mean, I honestly believe that. I mean,
I think it's going to
I
be a good game.
probably Press is going to feel the same way, even if he plays amazing against a top potentially top five school, and he plays outstanding. I
Not
think
top 5 school on defense. So go ahead.
still, I mean, it's top Power Five school. I mean, I think, like I said, I think they should have put him in way before DJ.
So he wasn't ready. That's what Dabo said. He said he tried to put him in the Notre Dame game, wasn't ready.
So it looks like Bama. I'm not sure if these are bench players or what, but it looks like Bama's got a list of players transferring, and Will Anderson and Bryce Young. Not sure if they're playing because they'll be in the draft. I was trying to look at that a minute ago. But yeah, Preston, do you have a lean for this game?
I just think Bama's really deep. It doesn't matter who transfers out. They've got a lot of players on the roster, and as long as during the game they don't have a lot of injuries and that really challenge the depth even more, I still like Bama to cover the 3.5.
Gotcha. Bryson, I was looking up to see if Bryce Young was playing. I didn't know if that
Yeah,
affected
I
your
gotta
pick.
agree with Preston here. Like he hit the perfect quote. I mean, no matter who comes in for Alabama, I mean they're going to be an absolute stud. I mean, it don't matter. You can bring in the fourth string quarterback, he'll probably be the Heisman talks next year. I mean,
Oh
they're
man,
just
they
they are
weren't as
so
good.
deep.
I'm telling you though, I think that Bama train with this new playoff shit and Deion Sanders coming to Colorado, that Bama train might be
Which
going
I
downhill.
know, I know a couple receivers have already from Bama already transferred to Colorado.
Yeah, that Bama train might be going downhill. I know Kansas State dealt with a lot of injuries in the game the other week. I'm gonna roll with you guys. I'm taking Bama just because. Yeah, I'm not a believer in Kansas State. I know TCU they beat TCU the other week, but like you guys said, I mean they'll figure it. Bama will be ready for this game. They'll be ready. It's going to be a close game no matter what. I know they're favored by 3.5, and I'm going to roll with Bama. All right, let's go to the 2nd of January. 1 p.m., Preston's favorite bowl last year, the Cheez-It Bowl. That's the only reason I put it in here because I saw the Cheez-It Bowl was alive. We're going to LSU versus Purdue. LSU favored by 10.5. I mean, wow. LSU favored by 10.5 against anybody. Not a fan. I have no idea what players are sitting out, but 10.5. I like the way Purdue looked. I mean, some this year. I'm taking Purdue. I don't know who's sitting out, but Bryson, any lean?
I'm going with LSU right here. I like Jane Daniels as a quarterback. I like I think his first name is Keyshawn Boutte, the wide receiver.
The receiver, yes.
He's not going to the draft. He's going to stay one more year, finish out. I'm a big fan of him. But yeah, I mean those two right there are just dangerous. And Daniels on his feet is dangerous. I don't think Purdue has nothing to stop him, so I'm going with LSU.
Yeah, I don't see any. I was trying to look, see if there was anything about anybody sitting in this game. But Preston, who you going with?
I think Purdue is one of those, teams that kind of lingers for a while. I don't think they win this game. But I think, they kept it close with Michigan at halftime. They kept it close with a couple other games that they, had no business of really doing that. So I think they stick around, play good enough for 3.5, 4 quarters just to keep it within 10.5 points. So give me Purdue to keep it within that.
Gotcha. We got Captain in the chat. He says, never bet against Bama. They're going to play pissed off. They didn't make the playoff. Going to make a statement. They should be there. I don't know. Then again, they may not care. I mean, why does Nick Saban care if he's in a bowl game? I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll.
I guess he wants to make a statement of hey, we should have been in the playoffs. Well, Bubba, you better put about 75 on them. I mean, and like Captain said, it's hard to bet against Bama, man. It really is. I mean, you can't never bet against Saban.
Yep, you cannot. Next game, we go into the Cotton Bowl, the 2nd of January at 1 p.m. Tulane versus USC. USC losing just outside the playoff. Tulane, surprisingly, a top 12 team. I think they were number 12 at the end of the season. Bryson, you got to lean in this game.
Man, I am so 50-50. It's another game I was talking about the thing we're doing at work. I haven't made my decision. Vegas knows something we don't, and I'm scared about that spread. But I'm going to go with USC here.
Preston.
Yeah, I'm going to go USC also. I just, I think they can, cover the 1.5.
Yeah, as much as I would love to see Tulane pick Tulane here, and USC's defense is absolutely trash. Is the reason they did not make the playoff and they lost. If they had a defense that was worth a damn, they'd have a shot. But yeah, I'm still going to go with USC though over Tulane, -1.5. Let's go to the next game. Another game I'm excited for here. Monday, also the 2nd at 5 p.m., the Rose Bowl. We got Penn State versus Utah. Utah favored by 2.5. I like Utah. Rison's in this game, correct? Anybody know? Rison's playing.
Should be,
correct?
yes.
Should be correct. Like him. I like the Utah defense a lot in the season. They were one of the teams that I thought possibly could make the playoff earlier this year, even after they lost to Florida. I liked Utah, and I'm going to roll with them. Preston.
Yeah, if everybody for the majority plays for Utah in the Rose Bowl, I think they've got a good chance of, finishing off this season on a strong note. I think Utah's just got this, strong mentality about them, this tough mentality. They can take punches, stand on their feet, and throw back some haymakers. So give me Utah -2.5.
So Utah will be missing their running back to the draft. I was just looking, Thomas. I thought he was out for injury anyway. And Penn State, I know Penn State's missing that top corner, probably their best player, who's going to go in the top 20 of the NFL draft as well. Bryson.
I mean, yeah, before the season started, I had Utah actually being in the playoffs. I mean, they came off a strong run last year. I mean, Cameron Rising. I mean, he is a hell of a quarterback. I think he's still pissed off what Caleb Williams had on his fingernails, and I think they're just pissed. They're ready to play. So yeah, I think Utah wins big here.
All right, let's go to the playoff games. These are the last two games here. Everywhere else, if you're a fan, we're sorry we didn't get to your bowl game. We're going to the playoff here. Uh, the Fiesta Bowl on the 31st, New Year's Eve, 4 p.m. Michigan versus TCU. The winner gets to the national championship. Michigan favored by 8.5. I'll lead us off here. I like Michigan. I like their defense. I think they a 4-quarter team. I think they like everybody. I mean, they beat you down. Obviously, they may not start off the strongest, but they wear you down and they get ahead towards the end of the game. This TCU team plays with a lot of heart, though, and I like Duggan. I'm with Bryson. I like Duggan. I like the running back as well. Something's telling me this is going to be a close game, even though TCU might blow them out, or Michigan might blow them out in the water. Michigan should blow them out in the water, but I'm going to take TCU. Bryson.
Yeah, like you said, I like Duggan, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull it through. I like J.J. McCarthy in this game, and Blake Corum, he's hurt, he ain't playing.
Hey, that other running back's not too bad, though. Edwards.
I was about to say that the backup
he ran for
running
over
back,
200 yards.
I mean, yeah, he tote the rock against Purdue, and I mean he's like they're not missing beat at the running back position. But yeah, I think J.J. McCarthy has a huge game against TCU. Like I said, I love to see Duggan go all the way. He's when they face Kansas State, could hardly walk.
Yeah, that Michigan defense ain't nothing to play with. So
yeah,
I'm more picking
Michigan
with my
here.
yeah. I mean, I'm more picking with my heart than my head. So, but it's 8.5 points. So let's hope TCU can keep it close. Because Duggan can tote that rock too. He can run, he can throw, he can do it all. Preston.
I think Michigan, like you said, is going to be very, very physical, and I think they can stick it to you. Jim Harbaugh is going to want to redeem himself from last year's fiasco. I definitely think they've got a better team than they did last year, a lot different mentality. And yeah, TCU's good, but I don't think they're as physical as Michigan. And I think Michigan's offense is going to be able to, put some points up against TCU's defense. And I just think TCU's defense is going to just tee up and go off on Duggan because besides him besides him and that number one, the receiver, I can't remember his name. You lock them two up. I mean, the running back's not
Johnson.
that great.
I think his name's Colin Johnson, something like that.
Something.
Johnson. The one that was injured.
Yeah, give me Michigan minus 8.5.
Yeah, he should be healthy by then, let's hope. Bryson. Or you picked. I'm sorry. Next game. I apologize. Next game. Let's go. New Year's Eve, 8 p.m., the Peach Bowl. Ohio State getting in the playoff versus Georgia, the number one team in the nation. Weird line here. Georgia favored by 6.5. I have no idea what it is now. Yeah, scares me to death. This line does. Preston, you lead us off here in this one, Peach Bowl.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia minus 6.5. I think Kirby's got a team that, is going to take an absolute miracle and then some to really even keep close. I think at this point in the game, you're not looking ahead to your next one. You're taking care of business right now, right in front of you. I think Georgia's too much on both sides of the ball. I think Ohio State's a very talented and very good team, but they're not as good as Michigan. And Michigan, I don't think, is even going to stick around with Georgia very long. So I like Georgia to cover this and really put a whooping on Ohio State.
Bryce, now if it's for the money, they're going to have the Ohio State-Michigan national championship here. So, who you going with, Bryce?
Yeah, I'm going with the dogs here. 6.5, what a weird line. Jackson Smith, he ain't playing. I know Stroud, he's playing. I think the only way they're going to be able to the only way they're going to be able to beat Georgia, and I think it's going to have to beat them in the secondary, in my opinion. But yeah, like Preston said, this Georgia team, on both sides of the ball is just dangerous, and I don't see Kirby, pumping the brakes at all yet. So yeah, give me the dogs.
Yeah, I could be wrong here. I could be definitely wrong, but I want to say I heard something about Henderson may not play either, the running back for Ohio State. I could be wrong. I know he was a big part of their team, but I mean, it is a running back. Who cares, you know?
Is that an
Running back.
injury thing or?
I was trying to find. Let's see. I don't see it, but I don't know. I heard that somewhere. I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up after this. Don't quote me on that. I'm taking the dogs either way. I think if Georgia does not cover this game, I think they lose. I'll say that. I think they lose if they don't cover. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about it. Maybe they cover. You know, I mean, maybe they don't cover and they win. But I think if they don't cover and this is a close game, Ohio State comes out and pulls out the win. Because I think the calls. I mean, everybody wants to see Ohio State, Michigan. And not to be I don't know. I feel like if it's a close game, the calls are going to go Ohio State's way. My opinion. So, yeah,
I would
gonna take
tell you
Georgia.
this. If Georgia's losing going into half, Georgia's winning. I mean, I don't know what voodoo Kirby Smart does in that locker room to get the boys fired up, ready for a second half. But
sorry to interrupt. Travion Henderson to miss college football playoff undergoes surgery for foot injury. So there's your answer, Preston. It's a foot injury. I don't know if the line's moved because of that, but it is a running back. So maybe they'll have a backup somewhere. They got Kyron Williams or whatever his name is. He's
Captain
not bad.
Told me that today. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Williams. Kyron Williams. I don't think he's that bad either, though. But yeah, I think that's all the games. That's 14. Preston, you wrote them down, correct? Appreciate you. Thank you. And then we can just send them to Josh and he'll write them down and put in his picks later. But yeah, we're probably not going to be live till after or doing a podcast till after the playoff. So we'll probably wait till after then, I'm guessing, since we just did all the bowl games and stuff. So we'll be doing something after the holidays, recap, give our national championship picks. And like I said, may go live for some bowl games. So we may be on here live some and for some NFL games. But, yeah, I think that's about it. Make sure you like, subscribe, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Appreciate you watching. Peace.
Thank y'all.
All right, that's for the recording. If you're on stream, Captain, I appreciate you joining, Captain. I will share. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. Bryson, tell Captain I say thank you. Is that the dude you were talking to on the phone that one day? In Carolina or something? I don't know. We were in the car. Possibly. It wasn't Graham. It was.
No, that was Locke. No, yeah, that was Locke.
Okay. Are they all just South Carolina fans, or?
Well, yeah, they all live in Carolina, so
Gotcha.
I'm the only one that lives in Georgia.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. But, yeah, I am going to do the bowl picking. So we got $10. Whoever wants to join.
I'll tell Captain about it
by Friday. So Josh said he's down. I'm sure Clay will do it. Rusty will do it. Joey possibly. Will. You guys. I mean, hey, we're just doing $10 because it's Christmas time. I know people. I don't want people spending. I mean, Joey told me. Joey said do 20, and that surprised. No offense, but that's surprising coming from Joey. Because I mean, I think I thought Joey's not a big gambler. I don't mean it like that. I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Joey's not a big gambler, so I didn't think he'd be like into it. And other people too. I didn't mean like that, but it's Christmas time. $10 not a lot to everybody, but it's a lot to some people during Christmas time. So that's why I didn't want to do 20. I figured 10 people we can get. Somebody has a chance because it's winner take all. So somebody has a chance. If we get 10 people, win $100. 20 people win $200. We'll probably get like 10 or 12 since we ain't got that much time. Because you got to be joined by Friday. So you guys get whoever you want. I don't care who joins as long as they Venmo me money.
I'll probably get my dad to do it.
All right. Sounds good.
Did you ever Venmo Chris that $10?
No, I didn't. Tell him. Is he doing the pick'em? Is he going to do the pick'em?
I'm not 100%
Okay.
sure.
Okay, I'll send him $10. I was gonna say tell him his draw's free or whatever, but I meant to send it to him. I'll send it to him now. I forgot.
Wait, don't do it just yet.
Just tell him if he wants to do the pick 'em, it's free. Or I can still send him $10. He
No,
gave me
don't.
he gave me a new golf bag, Bryce, a Miller Lite golf bag for free.
Damn.
Yeah, he said it was just sitting in his garage. All right, I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate everybody watching. I know you're. Peace out. If you're on YouTube.
Hey, Chris, you on